Alright, it's 7 p.m. now. Let's start today's topic. Hi everyone, welcome to my live stream, UyghurMan's live stream, and we will start in very short time. So, what is topic today again? This guy is winning, or this guy who tweeted this powerful, beautiful tweet today. Is Donald Trump is winning as US or China is winning? That's our topic today. And for answers the question or for discuss this topic, I would call my friend Jerry from New York through Skype, and we will listen what he said about it. But before that, I would like to talk about what happened to me today. Today is pretty different, unusual day for me because I will just talk from the beginning. I get up early as usual. I drive my car, went to my working place, and I studied my experience. I checked everything, and then I wake up as some profit in my stock. I play some stock, and I know today is the day of the Chinese company like Alibaba or some other big Chinese company is gonna drop. That's what I predicted before, and I was reading. I did some bets on stock, and I win couple dollars. I don't want to say how much. Around $2,000 today. I just got profit. I would just say. And that's why I'm pretty happy till noon, and the market closed, and then my manager called me. Yo, did you set up new reaction today? I said no. What happened? I said, just announced from the state whole 6 county with San Francisco gonna shut down for 3 weeks probably. We from tomorrow you don't need to come. We don't need to come. No one will work, will open. I was like, really? And because of my wife almost gonna give a birth soon in a month probably, inshallah, if everything is normal. Welcome Jerry, welcome. And I supposed to take some day off to her and then spend some more time with her, and then but my PTO is gone. I don't have some extra hours, so I can only take care of her after she gave birth. So I was saving all my sick day, leave days to after she gave birth, but I really want to take care of her a little bit before she gave birth, but I don't have a chance. From this Wuhan virus made me stay home from today till 3 weeks at home. That's very good chance to take care of my wife till she give birth, I hope. So, and then it's not bad. And I come back home, and my wife was like not good mood. She almost cried. She was like, she says she's scared. She's scared about the coronavirus. She's scared about the baby, about her birth. I was like, I don't know how to comfort her, and then I said, baby, don't worry. Everyone's life taken by God, and it's nothing about you worry. We have to do more precautions. That's all we can do. And it is good on some other point because China gonna effed up, gonna fall down, gonna messed up very soon, and the truth gonna come out very soon. Everyone gonna dig out what's going on about this virus, and then Chinese regime is gonna under danger, and then they're gonna be disappear. Then we can see our parents in East Turkestan. Then she was like, oh yes, it's pretty good. Then I said, don't worry, everything will be fine. Let's wait. I'm not really happy because of this. I'm just trying to comfort my wife. But that's what happened to me today. And for answer the topic or for the discuss the topic, I will call our best friend Jerry. Let's call him through Skype. Oh, I don't know why it's always. Hey yo, yo.
Hey,
How you doing, bro?
how's it going? How's it going, man?
Yeah, I mean it's going. It's what I was predicting from this channel, right?
Okay.
Yeah, for the Wuhan virus stuff. That's what. If you noticed what I recording, what I was talking, why I was like so nervous, like from the February at the end of the January. I was talking. Now it's come to us. Now we gotta self quarantining this whole state. You know, from today. Tomorrow we don't need to go work.
Gotcha.
For all the school shut down.
Gotcha.
Yeah. That's like it's like kind of the world like slow, like a couple weeks all the time. You know, the media or
Yeah.
the government or like this kind of slow. I don't know. They have different plan or like you know, that's made this everything. And then a lot of
Yeah.
people blame this is because of the China disinformation. Let the world know like and they didn't tell the about the coronavirus at the first time. They reported all those after 2 weeks, 2 months, right?
Right.
Yeah, that's what is going on right now for me to understand. So, what do you think?
Yeah, no, I mean, definitely like from seeing the first few videos, like I mean you started talking about it way before it even arrived to the shores of the
Yeah,
US.
that time no one talk about it, right? Like I was the one like talk, like you know, I was like, and if I go my working place, like all those people, they don't talk about that much about this coronavirus or Wuhan virus things. No one knows that time, you know. In my
Right.
coworkers, like some American guys, some Asians, they know they talk, but that time Americans they was not care that much. Even my landlord, I
Yes.
mentioned last time, he said, "Oh, this bullshit is gonna go like it's nothing. People just panicking about it." But it is like people dying, and they make my wife like crying today because of she just scared. She just scared about the coronavirus and
Yeah, I'm
her
sure
baby
since she's
things.
pregnant.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably
I
a
don't,
big scare.
I don't know about that. You know, I should like let her feel safer. You know, I should talk earlier about this. Is not nothing about worry or, but I still
Right.
need to comfort her. You know,
That's true.
maybe I am the one giving her panic because of all the like I was talking about this from like way back ago. You know, but I didn't
Yeah.
explain her for different aspect about the life, about the things. So she was like really scared and cried.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
So that's what happened to me today. So what do you think about what's going on and what happening and who is winning?
Yeah, I mean, definitely, I think that there's one of the big things is an information war going on between the different countries. Like when China first found out about the coronavirus, they didn't really release the information so quickly. I mean, I think you even did a video where one of the doctors that first spoke about it was silenced, he was censored.
Yeah. Li Wenliang doctor, yeah, Chinese doctor, right? You're talking about?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
He was
Yeah.
silenced. And so how
And
can people...
also died by this virus, you know?
Right,
They
right.
reported it, but some people said they got murdered by Chinese government. I don't know, but
Right. And it's
Yeah,
it's
it's
like what an irony, you know. He was warning people and he died from it. So uh we should have taken the warning first, but then at still it ends up being like China is it seems like China was trying to contain the information about how bad the situation is over there, and they spun the whole thing into a kind of political campaign, what it looks like for the
yeah. It
Chinese
for
Communist
them it's
Party.
like oh, they're strategizing, making some
Right,
plan, and they're doing something, man.
right, right. So
It's
it
nothing
ended
just
up
a random thing. If it random happen, everyone come together and solve it done, right? But they were
right,
hiding something, playing some their game, now and then change the name of the virus. Then said, oh, maybe not from us. After a week, they said it's from the U.S. What they're playing games and
right.
bullshit game.
Yeah, no, and like so that's definitely one of the things that I wanted to talk about was um there's one of the latest articles that came out on the New York Times was that the Ministry of Foreign Affairs in China, one of the officials was retweeting information that was suggesting that the U.S. Sent their army there with the virus, and
Yeah. I just found this article too. Hold on, I will show you.
all right,
Yeah, you can see my screen. No, you
yes,
cannot. Oh, you can.
um,
Through the
maybe-
this article, right?
yes, that's
Yeah,
that.
yeah. You're
Yep.
right.
Uh, I mean, and like it kind of goes to say is because at first when it did come out, some of the information on the U.S. side was trying to suggest that the lab, because there was a like a bio like virology lab, I'll call it, like a research center in Wuhan that studies these kind of deadly viruses. So a lot of people there were like two different kinds of information. One was that maybe it leaked out of the lab, and another one was that maybe that this is actually bioengineered and it's actually being used as a weapon. So if you look at that side of it, then it took some time and it spun around, because even before this, I had been seeing some information coming out of China already suggesting, as soon as they heard that the US was suggesting it's the virology lab, they started suggesting that it's an attack from the US. So like you see, there's a kind of
They didn't even
a war, but of information, like
Yeah,
how to control.
on one way they're talking about this is just from the bat, blah blah, right? And on the other way they said it's from US. What?
Exactly.
So
exactly.
you trying to make some conspiracy here, or what do you want, or
and like
they're just playing something,
a lot of times when you put out like a lot of different information, it becomes very hard to know which one to believe, because now there's maybe 10 different
confusing
theories,
people, and then everyone is losting, and they want to get more information, but they can't. A lot of people really pissed off right now.
Yes.
I mean,
and this actually ends up being like from the beginning, it has to be that China wasn't handling the situation so good from the beginning, and it ended up being an outbreak over there. But if you look at the actions that they took, it looks like they started taking actions late. So everything, it's like a domino effect. They started taking care of things late. Then in other countries, they also had to react late to that. So it's hard to contain something like that if everyone is behind the schedule.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, that's and they have a very detailed they made very detail about how America which day what they did. Didn't I forgot where it is, but I saw a post today. Is like describing how China, like American army, did this for whole the process. They like. September 7th, they did this, that. They go to different.
They said
yeah.
It's back in October. So it's like, how they know the specific? Like they know specifically when they came and released.
It seems like they already got like all the evidence and like, but.
And you would think like, okay, if they have that much information, then why wasn't this released? Why didn't they tell everyone about it in November? You know, if they people the US was there releasing viruses. So you see that's just kind of more.
They were playing around, like they arrested the truth talker, like those doctors, right? And then said, oh, this is nothing about this cannot infect between the people to people. You cannot transfer between the people to person, right? And then after December, like January, they start saying, oh, this is about this can transfer from one person to another.
Right.
You know, they arrested like kind of. There's like a 2 months delay. All the information the world don't know. We just heard about, oh, there's some flu or something like going on, and they tried to stop. They tried to like block all the information. Why does it do that if it's like bad, or if it's America? If America did something to them, right?
Right.
Why they hide the information? You have to let the world know how America like send and try to kill your people.
No,
why you
exactly.
Hide it, right? Yeah. Why you hide it then?
So
let
those
the
are
people see, who is killing who. Yeah, they playing like a lie game. I mean, for my English, I just say lie game. They just lie, right? They fund it from the lie, you know, lie. Everything is fake. And then they have to finish this regime by covering that lie with another lie, another bigger lie, another. Then this is never end. Now they try to lie to whole the world, like Chinese propaganda is worldwide.
By now, it's already obvious that that they're not so truthful. For example, we all knew about the Huawei, one of the technology, like the officers, like the CEO of Huawei, the phone, when people found out that they were using this technology to spy, because they were building a lot of 5G networks, that then they would then be able to spy on people's information to feed their artificial intelligence programs. Like, it was discovered, like it's clear, like in their phones, they're tapping and stealing people's information without their knowledge. But they flat out denied it. Like, they just said, no, it's not true. Because all their companies have to bow down to the Communist Party. Like, they can't, if they ask them for data of 100 million people, 200 million people, they have to give it. But they would come out and say, no, we don't do this. This is, they just try to pretend like it's not something that happens normally, while it's something that goes on like on an everyday basis in China. So it's a trend, it's a trend of, okay, if you guys have never been truthful before, I mean, they got criticism back in I think it was 2002 or 2003 when the SARS virus broke out, which is also another part of the coronavirus family type of things. And there was criticism on China because of that as well, because they were also slow to produce information for people to see. And the same thing, like, you can't contain a virus if one country is not being so truthful with the world.
Yes. Now it's like, if you look at the deaths number now from Chinese information, like they control so good for those 1.4 billion population. Only have 3,000 people dead, you know, and just twice as big as number from Italy right now. Italy has 1,500 people dead already, half
Right.
of the Chinese number from the China.
No, you see, and
Yeah,
so
it's
that
reached that fast, and you
that
know, like,
plays into the disinformation campaign,
yeah,
because
and
if we're not able to know how many people died from it, then how do we try and prevent it? Because if they're reporting only 3,000 people died while 100,000 people died, it would be a lot more. There would be a bigger reaction from world governments if they heard that 100,000 people have died from this. They would have acted more quickly. But because they were giving statistics like, oh yeah, no, it's a low death rate, only old people die from, like, they were just giving a whole bunch of misinformation.
yeah, all
And
different. Yeah,
and we don't even know if we can believe their numbers. That's one of the very scary things.
no, yeah, you can never believe. That's like impossible. I mean, from the data from the provide, I will show you the death rate, like all the data from to the screen. Okay, and from the data they provide, like China is doing really good, you know, like
Right.
such a big population country, and then now like Italy is the death rate is chasing the China, you know, the number from the number they provide.
Right.
So it's so like ridiculously, and that's why they. And now they said, okay, since we are so good, we can help Italy and some other country. Like they try to be the, like, you know, the supporter, helper to the world. Try to actually they have a lot of cases never solved in China.
I was reading an article on the Telegraph that was saying that they're actually starting to report a decrease, like their numbers are going down. So they're saying they have contained it and it's even reducing. But when it was investigated, it was found that they actually changed the metrics, but for how they actually measure people having the virus. So part of the numbers going down is just some math games that they're playing, you know?
And the Chinese test kit like accurate rate is how much do you know about it? It's like 30% to 50% correct rate, like 30% to 50% correct. What that means, like you need to think opposite way, like you need to get opposite data and it's correct, you know. Right. That's how they test. And actually China is like on this things like they messed up. A lot of people died more than like the numbers they report. It's so obvious, but they keep lying, it's hard for them to just let the Chinese people believe first. Now they try to let the whole world believe the number, you know.
I mean, that's the thing. That's the, like, when you ask the question who is winning, honestly, when you look at it, it looks like China is winning, because if it's in the way they're controlling the information and the backlash that a country like the USA is getting, they're painting someone like Donald Trump as someone that's not even reacting quick enough. Like, oh, look at how China reacted and they closed everything and they reduced their, not like it's the way the information is being portrayed. If you watch like CNN, MSNBC, it's like America's doing a horrible job at containing it, and they're not moving as fast. They don't have enough test kits. They don't but I mean
who gonna have, no one even heard about these things and suddenly appear. No, of course all the country gonna no test kit, right? Like the medical supplement system, who gonna prepare those much of the bed in their hospital, right? Like, of course all the country gonna have the crisis on this, and it's happening. And if you see like how China gain from this right now. It's like the gain, they shut up the Hong Kong protester already because of coronavirus, and then they can have a reason to not do anything to the trade deal. You know, they can postpone. No one talk about trade deal anymore.
Of course.
And they have unemployment going on in China. You know, because of all the factory from the international, they start to moving out one by one, and then every time one company move out or one factory move out from China, there's a lot of unemployment going on, right? So they were worried about this too, and then everyone is talking about the Uyghurs concentration camps, all those things. Now all the media changed it to some virus. It first came from bad, and then it came from America. It's just playing the media, and you can see from this, you can feel like how much they control the media, you know.
Right.
And a lot of people still believe like this is from the bad, or this is from some natural something. That's make me really sad every time I saw some post like that.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. So it's like definitely the truth always comes out. So if there's enough investigation being done into this, like I personally can't definitively say like how this happened, but like if according to like WHO and like Lancet, like most of them are suggesting that this is somehow from wildlife, and they're trying to find the actual source, because they're not even 100% sure that they've so they're not even saying that definitively this came from bats or pangolins, because you have to find until you find the patient zero, and until you find like where it originated, and because you need a lot of information before you can like definitively say this is the animal that did it, or pangolins. Now they're saying it might be pangolins. So
they said it's from the wet market, right? Like it's come from the specific market first. They show that. You know what they did to that market? They destroyed it. They already destroyed it. They didn't even give us any answer yet. If it's from that market, that wet market, like you have to allow the internet. You have to prove this is from there or not.
No, yeah, and
let some other country or the world organization go to check and make sure it's from there before you destroy it, right? They already destroyed.
That's a problem of oversight, where no one in the international community is really able to investigate claims that they make. So even if you tie it to what's happening with the Uyghurs, I don't know if I said that correctly.
Uyghur, yeah, you're trying. Thank you.
Even like investigative journalists try to go into the town and like see what's happening, and they can't even get close to the buildings. Like that's how much like police officers are guarding that area. What are you protecting? There has to be some kind of thing that you don't want people to know.
Yes, it's just, of course, yeah, that's why I mean, as Uyghurs, we talking, we have always like lack of the evidence. We keep talking, but since 2017, and we have a lot of evidence about our parents or our relatives disappearing, and a lot of people, some people like lucky people, less than 1% of them, maybe less than like 1 of 10 million or 5 million people escaped from those concentration camp, and they give us description about how it looks, how's the life in it. That's all the information we got, and then if we keep talking, you know, like without evidence, you feel like not convincible enough, you know.
Right.
Because of this, that's why they have long time to do whatever they want, you know. No one cares, no one gets the information, so they can do whatever they want inside of the camp.
Right.
And
and that's true, because there's never yes, I mean, for sure, the most countries are 100% sure that these are concentration camps and they're being unjustly held. But then, like you said, the clear evidence is usually an eyewitness, somebody that comes out of there and says that this is what
Yeah.
happened. But like they're not allowing anyone to, go there. And why can't, if they were not guilty of what we're saying, then they should allow people to come in and record and see, because they'll say, look,
of course.
we're not really doing anything. Like, what are you guys talking about?
Yeah, the things now, like, the more and more piss me off, because like now I realize after like 2 or 3 years, like this much of the time, like America start to like stand up in front of the China, right? They're talking about, oh, don't do that. But now that we got enough evidence, there's enough media talking. Yes, everyone know after 4 years, like from 2016 to now, enough evidence to prove everything what we're talking. But still, no one can do anything. So that make me sad. Actually, that's not because of the no evidence. Actually, now I realize, this evil dragon is really strong.
Now it's not really evidence anymore. Now it's China is a world power, and there's no this is not a country that easily the US will go and take their armies inside and start, because that kind of move springs some kind of world war, because we have Russia, you have all these other countries surrounding the region that will react to America trying to go there to do anything. Like,
man.
So like there's a huge political game that you're unable to really force China to do anything without military action, or and
I mean, finally
just sit back and be like, oh yeah, there's nothing we can do, sorry, but we know this is going on, and it's all over the news. Like, I mean, it's not on the news every day, but you can definitely find CNN clips,
enough video evidence, everything.
Yeah, so it's not about evidence anymore. Definitely not. This is into politics.
Yeah, I mean, that's why this coronavirus made me, okay, this time China, you played the biggest game you ever can play. This is nothing about like something easily can forget. The things they do about this corona or Wuhan virus. Yeah, they're gonna take responsibility to every single people's life.
Right.
Yeah, how much they lost, how much life each country lost, how much economy they lost. Who gonna take responsibility? Everyone gonna be think about this in the future, and then we'll do something. That's what I predict the world. That's how I make my wife comfort. I said, yo, now we can see our family. China, they finally just kills themselves, so it's somewhat good for me, yeah. But I just feel like those innocent people, they're dying, and who knows who's the next, me or you.
No, and that's
who knows?
It's really everywhere now. We're almost 100% sure more people are gonna. That's 100%.
Yeah,
like, you know that.
Let's think this way. I mean, if China caused this on purposely, and each country dying like millions or hundred thousands of people. So is that a war though? It's a war, right? If you kill someone's citizen, it means it's war, right?
And that's the thing. That's why it becomes that's why even for me, like the burden of proof and evidence that you have to show for this, it's an act of war. If we are to know that for sure that they created this,
so I think
that was an act of war, and you're basically saying that that China declared war on the world in a sense, you know?
Yeah, so now it's a time to like all the like Trump or the world. A lot of people know already, you know, this is a bioweapon from China, but someone believes this is a mystically released. Someone believes they did on purpose, you know. But a lot of people believe this is a more and more people believe this is a bioweapon. What I feel, but they still think as but confusing. Even the if even those heads of the countries they know, but they don't know how to get the evidence. You know, I think they are on that level.
I see.
Or do you think they have enough evidence to prove like this is from?
I mean, no. If they had enough evidence, they would show it.
Yeah,
I don't think
so-
anyone would hold back information that they know that this is how it happened. I don't think anyone would hold back that info. You know.
Yep. So
And, like,
that's what I
even
wish.
if some people do, there has to be some kind of whistleblower. So there has to be, you know, in every single government, no matter how many secret things they do, there's always at least one top official or somebody that comes and says, oh, this is what this is like. For example, if this was a bioweapon, someone would come out and say, oh, this was the lab that they were creating it in. They were planning to do this. Like there has to be some sort of documentation that somebody saw, you know, that was like, okay, this is the plan, you know. So these are the kind of things we need to see.
You're talking about some official document should be. It's not like just a picture, random picture. Oh, this is the articles they released.
Because it could be photoshopped, you know. It could be photoshopped. It could be, you know, in the age of information, it's very hard to like even believe something you see online, you know.
I got it.
You know, so until that point, which it might come, that point might come where like somebody actually comes out and outlines what happened, outlines that this is, or even if it was weapons that they were creating and researching, and maybe it got leaked, like you said, maybe it wasn't on purpose, although it was something that they were creating, then we should know that too, you know.
Yes.
We need to know like where it was it an attack, was it are they declaring war, or is it something that leaked out and they just used it to their political advantage? Because at the end of the day, like if you see how China comes out of this, even the WHO was praising China for how they handled this. They were like, oh yes, like no country handled this better than them. See how they built so many hospitals in just 2 weeks. They're like, it was, you know, it's a really bad thing happening, but they're a lot of good publicity in how they handled it. You know, that's pretty crazy, you know.
Yes, man. I mean, such a big organization and everyone trusts actually it becomes a people. Hi, Intien, Yachshmadash. Welcome. One of our biggest YouTuber from Uyghur, he came in. He's saying hi.
Oh, okay.
Oh, thank you. I'm not that good though. I'm just talking with my friend about this coronavirus, who winning. Yeah, it seems like a lot of people now right now, so we should talk more about.
That's the thing. Like who is like from the optics right now? It really looks like China is winning. Like, what do you think? Like, who looks like they're telling
yesterday
the best story about
the
country?
Okay, just forget about the coronavirus or Wuhan virus. Yesterday, I just watched this video is on the screen. It's from the 60 Minutes, and they're talking about there's like a 12.5 tons of methamphetamine, meth, that drug, you know, that drug. It's it's from the triangle area, South China, South Asia. You know, there's 12.5 tons of the mass going to the Australia every day and killing a lot of people. So they sent some journalists and did research and checked. Actually, all those drugs made in Myanmar, and in different jungle, but all they had is from the Chinese guy. Because all the raw materials to make like hydrochloric acid, all those things, is from China. And it means like someone from China, some Chinese guy just making the business, all the raw materials from China and making drug in Myanmar and those area, send it to Australia, doing drug dealing, use their own people, use the other countries' land, use other people as laborers. They deliver drug with their life, you know, like if they get caught by the cops, they gonna get killed. In this video, it's like so crazy.
Okay.
I watched this and then I was like, wow, China is not just making plan, not just coronavirus anymore. Actually, there's some other things, you know. The guy got interviewed and said it's if we want to destroy any country, we will just target and sell our drug to that country, and that's gonna be how we destroy countries. He said. I was like, wow. Yeah, they playing that game, and in all those Myanmar, Thailand, they have Chinatown over there, big guys, all about the gambling, all about those sex stuff over there.
Okay.
There's so much bullshit. I mean, evil things they're doing.
Wow.
Hello. Thanks, guys. Yeah, there's a lot of people from Inti. He just bring a lot of people to here. Yeah, now it's like, yeah. So that's about it. But actually, we should talk about something else today. Hold on a second. I will show you. I will question you about this. Give me a second, Jerry. So you think now, like, definitely China is winning, huh? That's what you believe?
From the current optics,
yeah.
Like currently, it's being talked about that the world is closing down, other countries are closing, and the information about China is now on the decline. They're saying, oh no, things are getting better and it's reducing, and he did such a great job. He even took like pictures. He went on a jet around and took pictures in Wuhan city, but then they discovered that he did a live stream. He didn't even actually go into the city because he was afraid. You know?
Oh yeah. And it's like Photoshop. Like he go to that hospital and it's actually Photoshop. Wow.
Yes.
And what do you think about this one? The Inti recommended you answer about this Donald Trump's tweet today. Hold on, I will show you on your screen. Could you see it now?
Wait, which tweet? Which one?
The last one. The most recent one.
Okay, the United States supporting industries like airlines and others. Okay, yeah, affected by Chinese virus, which I actually think that when China released the article or made the tweet that they believe that the U.S. Army might have taken it there, I believe that Trump is now trying to hit them back, like he's taking a jab back at them. Trying to say no, it's a Chinese virus, you know. So
yes, that's the best part, right? Like
association.
Finally, I feel like Chinese virus.
Right.
Yes, and after that, there's all the Western media start. They really pissed off. Seems like they start saying like Wuhan virus, Chinese virus, you know. Actually, no one cares that much of before, but you just remind them, you know, you just let them know, oh, actually my plan is blaming on America, so it's not gonna be called Wuhan virus anymore, please, right? That guy then said, actually this is from somewhere else, and then said this from Wuhan. I don't know, from America.
Right. Corona.
This one.
Or the Chinese coronavirus.
The Wuhan
Okay, they're not just
coronavirus, the
Trump
Wuhan
talking like that.
coronavirus,
The Wuhan coronavirus.
The Wuhan coronavirus, the Chinese coronavirus,
China's coronavirus,
China's coronavirus, China's coronavirus.
The Wuhan. Or the Chinese.
So you can feel something going on. It's not just a virus anymore. There's like some media and something like smelling, right? Some fire almost. Because
Right.
you piss the people off, right? Like, okay, you're lying about the virus from the beginning, right? And then you reject all the international expert doctor to go investigate from the beginning, and then now you said, oh, this is under control. They're the best on how to take care of the coronavirus. Now try to teach other country to how to do it. That's like so not makes sense, right?
Exactly. And that's exactly why I'm saying that they're trying to win the war of information, like how it's gonna be painted, how it's gonna be portrayed, you know, like it looks like they're getting ahead in that aspect.
Yep. Yeah. And that's all how the Chinese communist like propaganda always about, you know. They just
Because if
they just ruin the evidence, they just destroy all the evidence and then make their statements. That's it. That's how we come, like for the last 70 years, how all the Chinese, how all the Uyghurs living the situation. That's all. We cannot question them, you know. We cannot ask anything, even about like media things, you know, what's going on the news. You have to 100% believe what they talk. You cannot question. Anyone got questioned, get killed or get prison. You will have a crime record from that about or like separatism or terrorism, something like that. Now they're doing to their own people too, like doctors, all those journalists got locked up, and let's see what's gonna happen. You know. Actually, here's some Chinese robot. Look at go ahead, check that comment section. I told you for a long time, right? There's like a Wuhan, like a 50 cents armies there. They already came here. That's pretty cool.
Need a comment? What does it say?
No, that guy is like is trying to say us like we don't have education or bullshit like that. Yo. Yeah, my Chinese is better than Xi Jinping, definitely. Yeah. Inti said like Xi Jinping has 5 great education. I have 6. I'm better than that. Yeah. Did you see those like 50-cent armies comment?
I mean, I can see. I can't read it. I don't know what it says.
Yeah. But some of them is like supporting us from the Inti's followers, Inti's fan. Yeah, thanks everyone's. Inti rahmatli adaysh mesat telefon qilma. I just talked to him with Uyghur language.
Okay.
All right, I think that's all about it today. And next in these 3 weeks self quarantine time, I will try to do as much as stream I can or as much video I can make. I will see you guys there, and thank you, Jerry.
Yeah, no problem. Anytime.
Yeah, and we will talk more about the next topic. Okay. All right, man. Thanks. Okay, I will finish the stream.